Alright, so I had a lot of people give feedback on the new Rocket League analysis site I've been working on, and the main request was to incorporate some kind of video aspect because it's a lot easier to follow along, which, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and I think it might be better for people going forward if we do it in this kind of format. So bear with me. This is going to be sort of the first time I'm actually going to walk through it. I mean, I've got some notes I've already gone through, but I think what I'm going to do is start off on Dtrain's point of view, and we'll see kind of how it unfolds. And then if there's something that we need to look at outside of his point of view, then we can zoom out and take a look. So let's go ahead and start. I was already on them. And let's go ahead and start it. Here we go. Alright, so Dtrain goes back for boost, and I think he missed it, but there was the boost glitch, so it didn't really make a difference. And let's see. He's going to get boost. That's all fine, so he's just rotating. Making a play on the ball here. It's a nice little flick over Sathu, getting past the first man. So here he starts to rotate back, and there we can kind of see maybe the first issue, looking in the corner there and seeing both Eno and Same. So let me rewind just a little bit, and I'm going to leave my UI on so I don't mess up these controls. So let's zoom out a little bit on fly. Alright. And again, bear with me as I do this live. Alright. So Dtrain gets the little flick over Sathu. Same is rotating back. Eno is in the goal. Alright, so here you can see Origin K lining up for what is probably going to be a pretty hard shot. He's going to hit it on the bounce. And judging by the trajectory of the ball, it looks like that's going to go over the net, or it goes past the net. So Same does a little backflip, which is fine to get back into position, but then when you have something like this where both players are coming to challenge the same ball and Dtrain back in net, that's never really a good thing, especially when you don't get to the ball and something like that happens. And this exact same scenario happened in the first replay, I believe, where Same and Eno went to challenge the same ball, and the ball got hit off the backboard over Dtrain's head, and then he wasn't able to recover and make the save from the third guy coming in. So I think what would have been better here, let's go to Same's point of view. And if we back it up just a little bit. Alright, so there's that flick from Dtrain. Same is rotating back. So right here, you can see Origin K getting ready to hit the ball. And he does this little half flip. So I'm trying to figure out, I think probably what he should have done is taken a wider rotation to net instead of coming in right here. He should have maybe swooped around and grabbed this boost, and then as his ball came in, he would have had an easy clear, probably a really hard clear off this wall, and Dtrain would have been able to follow up. But instead, we can let it play out and see what happens. I'm going to go back to Dtrain's point of view. So he sees them both challenge it. Ball goes up. He gets a nice little clear there, which gives his team time. So Same is pushing up, makes a decent hit. And then, let's see, so Eno follows it up, makes it past the Same. Same misses, and yep, that's the first goal. Alright, so that one's kind of tough because you're expecting your teammate to be able to make a play, and Same just, that was kind of a tough little pass for him that he went for. But for Dtrain, as soon as you see your teammate miss, you gotta just immediately go back or immediately go for the ball. You can't. See, if we go back, he sort of did this little half hesitation. Let me see. So right here, you see Eno go for it. Same goes up, doesn't hit it. You've got to just turn around and go right away, or just go for the ball. He hesitates there, and that ultimately is what leads to the goal. All right, so let's move on to the next section here. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. Let's get a little bit closer. All right. So there's a nice hit from Eno. I think actually I took, let's see, was this the play I took note of? 107, yeah. So let's pause this for a second. I'm going to try to show you what I noticed. All right. So where is the play at? Play's over here. All right. So Viking clears this ball. Eno makes a nice turn and gets another little pop back towards net, which is good. And then he goes and steals the boost, which is even better. So now he's in pretty good shape. He's got full boost. Doesn't really look like Origin's going to have a big clear here because he kind of went up from straight underneath the ball. And so we've got Same and Dtrain over here. So we've got that nice triangle shape I was talking about. Dtrain's in wide in case Same can hit a pass to him. But let's see what happens. So Same's turning around to hit this ball. Dtrain is driving backwards. Eno is also driving backwards. What this tells me is that both, I'm not going to say didn't think he would be able to get a good hit or make a good touch on the ball, but they were being way too cautious. And what ends up happening is both players go back. Eno has full boost. Eno could have very well stayed up and redirected this ball right here. Instead, Same hits the ball and Sathu gets a huge clear, and this leads to a goal. Another sort of long clear goal where you lost possession and weren't able to rotate back in time. But really, what should have happened, once Eno grabs this boost and Origin hits this, he sees Same is going to go up for this. Right here, he should be looking for this pass. He shouldn't be coming all the way back to net because he can also see where Dtrain's at. If Dtrain was pushing forward here, I could see coming back to net as being a good option. But because Dtrain is driving back towards the net already, there's no reason for him to be coming back. So just keep that in mind. You gotta trust your teammate, and you really want to be able to play off of each other's hits as passes. So okay, let's move on to the next situation here. I believe I didn't have anything until we got to the goal you guys scored here, which isn't too much, just let's see. All right, so Dtrain makes a good contest on the wall, and then the cool thing about this goal, Eno gets sort of like a really subtle touch on it. Let's see if I can get that. I went way too far back, sorry. So okay, Dtrain comes over here, gets the contest on the wall, and then Eno, I'm going to slow it down and zoom in a little bit. We'll go to like 50% maybe. Oh wait, no, he didn't get a touch on it. I thought he did. I think what happened was it hit the little corner, and it really threw, let me see. I can't tell. Put on like 10%. No, he didn't get a touch. But the way that bounce went, Origin was not able to read it and just completely misses. And the Viking was expecting him to hit it. And then after that happened, that was pretty much an easy goal. But good rotation there, good pressure either way. And that's kind of what you want when you're playing good teams. All right, so the next goal they scored against you guys, this third goal here. Let's see what happened. All right, so a little flick. Eno gets a pop, so there's a good shot opportunity. Oh yeah, that's right. Feels backflip. There's not really much to say about that. I mean, Same would have had a good shot on it if he didn't backflip, but I mean that kind of thing just happens. It's part of the game. So not really much to add about that. And then I think as far as this replay goes, that was about it. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Dtrain's point of view. See if there was anything else I wanted to mention. There was this this play. He kind of gets this like weak little touch on it. I think, let me see. Were they going for the ball? Trying to see if he had time to maybe just let it drop. No, I think that was probably the only thing he could really do. But if he could have gotten a better hit on that, that might have led to a goal, because that pretty much went straight up in front of the net and nobody was really in net. But yeah, not the greatest touch. Alright, so then he grabs boost. Gets a touch. He flicks it mid, but nobody's there. I went and looked, and I believe that was Same back there, just didn't have boost. He was grabbing boost in the corner. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to add for this replay. What I'm probably going to do is, after I upload this to YouTube, I'm also going to upload my notes and talk about some things that maybe you can do to improve, just like I did last time. But we'll see if you guys like the video format better. I mean, I can do this, and hopefully I'll get better at it as I do it. But yeah, that wouldn't really be a problem. So anyways, I hope this helps you guys. And again, if you got feedback, feel free to let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one.